That's all about Agile. Great. So in the development, we have this Agile. Very good. And most of the companies are using it. But when it comes to operations, where you have IT service management, who are the guys who are managing the infrastructure, cloud servers and all this stuff. All right. Can you assume what is the target for these guys, the people who are taking care of IT service management? IT service management, taking care of servers and what would be the target? Normally, the services should not fail. So the target is actually availability. They should make sure that the systems are available 99.99. They keep on monitoring the servers. Anything goes wrong, they see the load, and website goes down. We are setting up something yesterday, so it's good. You get alarm, and go and fix it immediately. So these are all the aspects of your service management guys. Their work is to keep these systems going, not down. But the development guys, their work is to actually put a lot of new stuff in it. What happens if you put a new stuff? There's a chance that it will fail, isn't it? You deploy something, the server fails. Who is affected? These guys, poor guys. All right. So they don't like to actually get a lot of changes in. They hate it. Actually, they hate the developers. They really hate it. Why? Because they want to put a lot of new stuff and it's disturbing their work. And something goes wrong, who will be blamed? Poor guys. Operation guys. Isn't it? That creates a lot of mistrust. And like there is a one guy who's sitting above these two guys. Who is this guy? This guy is called as business. Projects or the whatever it's an operation comes under business. What does business wants? Business actually wants to be more agile. They want to get more new ideas. If you log into Amazon portal, you see changes every day. This day, this offer, that offer, that offer. If you don't have any offers for 10 days, will you log into Amazon? Every half an hour they're doing offers now. The countdown's happening. Otherwise, you will not go in. The market is in such a way that you wanted to have changes happening all the time. The business is like that. All right. So the business wants to be very changing. All right. They align with these guys. Good. But these guys are not aligned because their work is to keep the system stable. Right. So ultimately, the business wants to actually do something about this. So they have basically, DevOps is the one which is linking these two things to also make development and operations go in the same speed as business requires. That is why DevOps is very popular. Okay? That's the whole goal of DevOps is to actually make these two people, like each other and they work together each other without damaging each other's interests. That's what the DevOps is in a very high level. Of course, we talk about it. The entire course of these 2 days is going to talk about how you achieve that, what are the existing problems, how you achieve that. DevOps also has a tools training which goes into more technical, like because you cannot achieve this by just motivating people. Can achieve no. You need to have tools in place, automated tools which will help you if something goes wrong. One click, system will be back to the previous state, and testing will be fully automated. Nothing can go wrong. If something is wrong, it will not even go to deployment. It will drop here itself and go back. You have to put a lot of tools in place which will automate the process from the development to the deployment. Deployment is into production. From development to deployment, there are a lot of ways you can automate, and that's all the DevOps tools. So the tools are different, they're more technical. Tools will enable the DevOps. So what is DevOps? DevOps is actually making these two groups work together to make the business more agile. Questions? Understand what is DevOps? Questions? Anyone from online? Questions?
Can you explain how DevOps is different from Agile?
Yeah. So question is whether the DevOps is different from Agile. Very good question. Thank you. Good question. Yeah. Well, Agile is a philosophy. Agile talks about you want to be more flexible and more change-friendly and listening to the people in practice. That's Agile, all right? Agile is kind of like now used for development. Agile itself is it's an English word, agile, agility. You say you are agile, it basically means that you are flexible and you do yoga and gym every day. So you are flexible and you can do a lot of things, right? You can move fast, shape. That's agile. Agile is an English word. But right now, agile is being predominantly used for development. When you say agile framework, you're talking about development framework. Maybe a Scrum or Prince to Agile or I don't know, there are a lot of other frameworks, Kanban, Lean, all this comes under agile. All right. DevOps is actually talking about business agility. So there is, of course, they're different because agile term is predominantly used for development, but DevOps work is to make the development team and the operation team to work together in a nice manner. If business has an idea, the development team should be able to deliver. Let's say they have 4 ideas for this month. The development should be able to deliver these 4 ideas related softwares or whatever development is. And the operation should be able to deploy these 4. So you have 4 ideas and they can develop 4 ideas and operations can deploy 4 ideas. Fantastic. So this is what we call it as DevOps. There is a sync or a cadence or rhythm in your business. If you have 100 ideas, they can only deliver 20, these guys can only deploy 1. Will you really want? You get frustrated, right? Let's say you have 20 ideas, these guys can deliver 20, but you can only deploy 2. Useless. So DevOps actually making sure that the business frequency, because banks don't change much, but retail business like Amazon, they change on a daily basis, sometimes on an hourly basis. So based on the business agility, your developers should be also set in such a way that they will be also using tools and stuff on the project management framework, which is very agile, which can deliver stuff in a day or maybe half a day or 1 day, 2 day or weekly timelines. And your operations is also the same agility where they can deploy in the same speed as development does it. This is DevOps. So whether they're different from Agile, yes, because Agile is kind of a reserved term nowadays for development guys. When you talk about DevOps, it's talking about business development and operations working together in a more agile way. Is that clear?
Yes.
Any questions? Okay.
Yes, DevOps.
Any other question, please?
Yeah, yes, DevOps has the separate division.
Okay, very good question. It's actually a fantastic question. Many people get confused that, you have a development team and you have an operation team. Now you have a DevOps team, another team, okay? Who is going to make these guys to work together all the time? Do you think it works? The whole point of DevOps is actually reduce these 2 teams into kind of 1 team. They should work together. If you create 1 more team, it is actually backfiring, isn't it? The whole purpose of DevOps is to make this development and operation to work as a 1 team. Actually, they don't like each other. If you see any companies, development and operation fight each other. The whole purpose is to actually make them work together. But if you create another one, then it is actually a backfiring. It's going in the reverse way. The answer is no, it is not, but many companies kind of create a pseudo DevOps team which works for some time. The purpose of DevOps team, if there is a DevOps team, to actually make these 2 guys to work together by implementing a lot of tools. Once it is in line, the team will disappear. The DevOps team, even if it is there, it is not a continuous team. Only for a certain project, only to make the culture towards DevOps, they will do it, and after it is done, they will disappear. So DevOps is never a separate team working in a company in a stable state, because that doesn't make any sense, right? The purpose is to make these 2 guys work together. So they should be there might be a team who will be helping them to work together to some time, maybe 3 months or 6 months, and then they dissolve. Maybe they'll be absorbed into this corresponding teams to help and work inside the team. Does it answer your question? Any other questions?
No.
All right, thank you. We'll take a break.